Very welcome to this morning update for your market. Okay, if you are invested into the market, you should stay tuned here every single morning because I will update you what you need to know. And I would like to start with a huge stock gain. Okay, XPENG, another EV market player in China, right? It's something, very comparable to NIO, and they just released earnings, and the stock yesterday went up 33% in one day. Let's have a look into the chart. This is absolutely fantastic. First of all, you see that the futures are slightly up. There's still obviously the market, uncertainty what's happening with the second wave, but this is temporary, obviously, with the vaccine coming and so on. So long term, this shouldn't make us too much, let's say, too much worried. However, make sure to let me know in the comments as well as in the live chat where you are watching from. And this is the chart of just one day, guys. Okay, the stock went up from 35.91 until 44.73. This is absolutely insane. 33% pushing this stock and the market cap of XPENG to $32 billion. And let's have a quick dive into, here it is. This is the logo of XPENG. They are, another car manufacturer in the EV market in China. However, here is the results that they presented to the market, okay? First of all, they didn't make any profit. They had a quarter net loss. However, the market is obviously concentrating more on what was going on with the sales, right? So actually the sales was fantastic. I mean, the sales was absolutely incredible. Here you can see it, the delivery growth of 265% year over year to 8,578 vehicles. Obviously, this is much less than the 500,000 that Tesla will do, but still, it's about the growth. It's about the overall, pushing through another to be a player into the EV market and delivering so many vehicles. This is more, guys, just to understand, this is more than some of the big players are selling into the market, okay? Like the big brands, the traditional car manufacturers. 8,000 vehicles is a lot. For this small market still, right? But obviously very, very much less compared to Tesla. And also they saw a 342 year-over-year revenue that was achieved. And then moreover, diving into the earnings, the gross margin turned to a profit. It was minus 10% a year earlier, and then it went up to 4.6% positive. And this is always what brings stocks moving very, very strongly, okay? If the negative turns positive, then this is something that brings up stocks very, very highly. This is something that you should remember. And even the vehicle delivery, in September only, the quarter was 266% up versus a year earlier. Okay, so it stays interesting. They want to deliver 10,000 vehicles, up 211% in the last quarter, and they want to make about $332 million in revenue. And so that's quite interesting. However, let's dive further into the live stream. We are having a second channel. I don't know if you know, but make sure to follow the second channel because I'm posting there daily as well. Link to the description. And then there is, staying in the EV market, there is obviously, Ford, a company, traditional car company from US, is, launching work vans. All right. So interesting what this will do for a company like Workhorse, for example, right? That are specialized in vans. I think this will be a very hard market because there's this other company that is backed also by Jeff Bezos, right? Where we see Rivian going on. We will see Ford now launching this market. It seems like every car company trying to get a certain market share. Tesla is going on the masses, now launching a pickup. Then Rivian is going only under the pickup. Then Ford is doing trying to invent their traditional portfolio, then Mercedes going after the luxury market. So it will be very interesting how every company will have its own market share in their own market environment, in their own segment, and will be leader in certain spaces of the EV market. This will be very, very interesting over the next couple of years, how this will develop and who will be the Volkswagen of electric car manufacturers, who will be the Mercedes of electric car manufacturers. We have also Lucid, which maybe will compare maybe more like Mercedes. So it will be super, super exciting, guys. And I just can't wait to see how this all develops. I think Tesla has definitely a pole position here with 500,000 cars that they want to deliver this year, even though through one of the hardest years for economies maybe ever. Okay, because so much uncertainty out there. So big chapeau to the Tesla team to make this all so much happen. Now, there's Apple and Google that will compete in health. Both companies are having health products, and this is something that you need to understand. As more as the company grows, the competition starts with other companies. Okay, so what does it mean? Obviously, Apple was this hardware company, but as more and more they go into health, the other companies like Google, Amazon are trying to find new revenue streams as far as they grow, because they want to grow further and further. For example, Amazon now going into the ad business, right? So it's competition to Google. So it is always a growth into certain industries where then they hit each other. For example, Apple with Apple TV Plus and Amazon with Prime, for example, right? Also, slowly growing to competition. So it's definitely interesting what will be the next competition field. So I think advertising, you see that Apple and Google has a little bit of a fight about the search engine. So Apple already working on their own search engine and putting that on their devices. Very, very strong revenue stream there. But on the other hand, 1/3 of Apple revenue or profit is by Google, right? Because they say, hey, we want that Google is number one search engine on all devices. So, that's why we're paying you billions and billions of dollars. So, that's a decision on the long term, what you can do. And Google could be screwed a little bit, right? If, most of the search engine requests will be by Apple devices, well, and Apple say, you know what, we will short term say no to the billions of Google, but we'll have our own billions of dollars by the advertising that people will book through the Apple experience. Well, this would be crucial for Google to see how they further go, because in the end of the day, the person or the company who has the device and the control about the software, this is the person who will decide about the revenue. Okay, this is very important to understand, guys. Let's go further. Bitcoin, big Bitcoin is just growing past 16,000, and I think they are on the run to very, very much of their new all-time high. Okay, there's so much positivity news. There's so much, risk for the current currencies, and I think that just the Bitcoin has the chance to grow now to a new all-time high. This is important to understand and to know. And then the first cruise ships resumed sailing in the Caribbean, and we have 5 passengers that still got it, even after testing the whole ship negative. So yeah, that's interesting. How this is going. But yeah, it's definitely something in the right direction, because it's going further, and at one point we want to travel, right? And the travel industry will have a huge boom. We have the central banks, all of them. Lagarde, also Jerome Powell saying that, and Bailey, the UK central British bank head. They are all saying that they will further support, obviously, the recovery, even though we have the vaccine coming. That's obviously very bullish, and the US cases hit a third straight record hospitalization and so on. So yeah, it's a tough environment, but I think if you look through the noise, I think we are still good for market rally once everybody comes down. I'm very much excited for that, and you heard it here first. So stay safe, and later on, obviously, we will have a brand new vlog. And it's Virgin Galactic Fridays, so make sure to stay tuned. We will have a Virgin Galactic stream tonight, so very, very much exciting, and I hope you are ready for takeoff. Take care, stay safe and healthy, and I love you all. Make sure to thumb up and subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram, Wolf of Dubai Danny. Very easy to remember. Don't forget the bell, obviously, and I see you in just a couple of hours. Thank you.